Welcome to the Personal Finance Podcast for doctors with Meena Shriram and Chanda Varma. This podcast aims to simplify all aspects of personal finance and help you make smart and informed choices about money so that you can live happier and stress-free lives. Today's episode is brought to you by Chanda Varma, who is a financial coach and vice president with the doctor practice at MFA, the only company in India having a dedicated practice for doctors, helping them plan and achieve their financial goals. Established in 2005, MFA is recognized as the most trusted and respected firm in the industry and have built this reputation by always putting their clients' best interest above everything and taking care of their money the way they would do it for their parents or best friends. Over the last 8 years, Chanda Varma has interacted with more than 3,000 doctors and has been a speaker at medical conferences and conducted many financial literacy webinars for doctors. Needless to say, she understands the finer-most nuances of a doctor's financial life. Do listen to this episode, and now over to Chanda.
Hi, I'm Chanda Varma, and today we are going to talk about the fourth step, very important step in the process of financial planning. In my previous episodes, we've covered the first 3 steps, and in case you've missed it, please do go back and listen to those podcasts. Today we are going to talk about one of the most important milestones that will come in each one's life: retirement. When I say the word retirement, most doctors always give me that look which says, "What are you talking about? I haven't even thought about it." I know. Doctors don't retire. They work as long as they wish to, as long as their body can. And most of them love and enjoy what they do. In fact, doctors don't have a retirement age as most of us other people do. This is the uniqueness of this profession. It can be attributed to the fact that they also start very late in their careers. In fact, they are at the peak of their career at the age of 55, 60 years. But there is also another truth. At some point, everyone, even doctors, they want to slow down. It may be 65, 70, 80 years, but retirement planning is definitely planning for the inevitable. However, the concept of retirement that I'm talking about is different. It has changed. Retirement doesn't mean hanging your boots and doing nothing. Retirement planning gives you freedom. Freedom to choose. Choose what? Choose at what point you want to or you can retire. Even if you retire, how much do you want to continue working? You choose to work for the joy of it, not because it's essential to earn. A good question for a doctor to ask himself is, am I working out of choice, passion, or am I working as I can't afford to stop? Let me share with you an interesting example. I met a doctor who was about close to 60 years of age, very well established, good practice, kids were all settled. He had no plans to retire, but when I asked him about slowing down, he agreed. He said, I'd like to do that by age 65 years maybe. He also said that I have enough money to retire. Even now, I have saved and invested rupees 5 crores. Sab theek hai. Mera retirement planned hai. And he had. He had fixed deposits, he had mutual funds, he had stocks, he had a pension policy which would give him pension in about 2 or 3 years. He also had a property he could sell. So nothing looked like it's missing. But you know what's missing in this? There is no proper thought given to the following 3 points. Number 1, will this money really last me? The expenses go up each year because of inflation. What costs 1,000 rupees today will cost 2,000 after a few years. We almost never account for this. We don't know how to. We are miscalculating the impact of inflation on our savings, on our corpus over the next 20-25 years of our retired life. Number 2, suppose I do stop working. What is the amount I will truly need every month to have the same standard of living? Not just now, for next 20 years. And number 3, how will the taxes impact me? Now, when these 3 questions were asked and calculations were done for the Dr. Admet, 2 things came out. 1, his savings, all of the 5 crore that he had invested, would have lasted him only till his age 78, because he had not known how inflation would impact him. Number 2, he realized his need was much higher. He needed to have 6.5 crore savings to be able to peacefully retire. Till the age 90, he would then not have to worry about anything, about taxes, about inflation, etc. Trust me, 90% of us will be in this same bucket. One of the biggest myths I grew up with when it came to money matters, as would be the case with a lot of you, is that planning means investing. We buy gold, mutual funds, blue chip stocks, insurance policies, property, land, whenever we have the opportunity or the surplus. For most of us, having all these investments means I've done my bit, I've planned for my goals, for my retirement. But people, that's just the start. I know lots of young doctors may not be able to identify with this. Why would you plan for retirement when you're just starting or when you're just at the peak? It is important because doctors, you start earning late. Your peak earning years may be 60 or maybe 55 years of age. But also by that time, your expenses are high. Your savings go towards buying home, your children's education, marriage, etc. Life gets in the way. So doing some saving towards yourself for your retirement is also important along with all these. Just let me give you a small example. Suppose you're 40 years of age. If you invest about 25,000 rupees per month, I think it's a reasonable amount at this age to save and invest. And let's suppose you don't touch this. By the time you're 60, this 25,000 per month would have grown to 2.5 crores for you. But if you do the same at 50 years of age, let's say because you think you don't have the energy or the money to invest at 40, then by the time you're 60, you would have accumulated only 60 lakhs for yourself. Even if you decide to invest a lot more amount, let's say 50,000, because you want to make up for the 10 years that you lost between 40 to 50 years of age, you still will be able to make only about 1 crore. So the difference in starting at 40 versus starting at 50 is huge, 1.5 crores. And you can earn this 1.5 crores just by starting early. I'm going to pose 3 questions. Do you have answers for this? Trust me, these are always there at the back of our mind somewhere, but we get so busy in our day-to-day life that we don't deal with this at all. I'll leave you with these 3 questions. At age 60 years, when you want to slow down and do something else with your time, what is the amount you would need monthly to have a good standard of living? Number 2, what is the money you would have saved or created for yourself till age 60 years, post all the other requirements in your life have taken care of? Number 3, will this money last you till age 90 years if you retire? Considering that the cost of living is only going to go up each year. Answers to these questions will give you some clarity where you stand. You may not be able to make too many changes, but at least you're aware, and that is the first step in your goal planning for retirement. Hope this helped you. Take care. God bless.
You were listening to the Personal Finance Podcast for Doctors with Meena Shriram and Chanda Varma. If you find this podcast relevant and interesting, do share it with other doctors as well. It will be great if you leave a review, share, like and subscribe. You could also let us know if there is any specific topic that you would like us to cover. For any queries or help, you can get in touch with MFA's Doctor Practice Team at 892-800-6140.